Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Sprint brought to you live from Nile TV International, and my name is Sharif Al-Touni. And as usual, in this edition we'll be having a look at the latest sports events, and definitely we'll be having we'll be shedding some light over the recent tennis competition and the top Grand Slam, which is the Australian Open. So far, Rafael Nadal is going to be meeting Roger Federer in the semi-finals after Roger Federer managed to beat Andy Murray, who blamed his lack of practice and his back surgery for his failure to surpass Roger Federer. And definitely, Djokovic is also eliminated from the quarterfinals, and the Czech veteran Berdych has qualified towards the semifinals of the Australian Open. So that's going to be one of the highlights that we'll be speaking about in this edition. And we'll be looking also at the Egyptian Premier League, the fifth round of matches, and also the updates and the recent changes in Zamalek's coach. Also looking at some local news, which includes the dispute between the Egyptian Federation and Sports Minister, and what's going on with this, with the extension of the board of Al Ahly, and the recent cancellation of the Sports Minister decision, according to what was stated by the cabinet. A lot more will be discussed, but right after this break. Welcome back. You're still watching Sprint, and coming up next is the story around Monte Carlo's rally, and once again dominated actually by the veteran Sébastien Ogier, who managed to win this rally. Let's have a look at the story.
World champion Sébastien Ogier of France protected his overnight lead to win the season opening Monte Carlo rally in treacherous conditions on Saturday. Ogier won 3 of the 5 stages on Friday to climb from 4th and take the overnight lead, and extended it as the weather conditions became progressively worse, with first snow, then heavy rain and fog, making it particularly difficult for the drivers in the 2 night sessions. Ogier won the day's first stage that passed up the Col de Torini in 19.5 minutes, with Jari Mattia Latvala finishing it in 2nd place and Boffier 3rd. The 14th stage was the first of the night sessions, but organizers decided to cancel it and make it a neutral transitional stage after Slovakian Jaroslav Milcharik, the first driver to go, got stuck in the Torini Pass. His Ford blocked Norway's Andreas Mikkelsen, Finland's Mikko Hovinen, and Britain's Elfyn Evans for several minutes. The second night session, Sospel to Brille-sur-Roya, again was a power stage, giving the top 3 finishers extra points, 3 for the first place, 2 for second, and 1 for third. Latvala, who beat Ogier by 0.2 seconds to win it, called it a very tough rally because there was so much water on the road. Hirvonen abandoned it. Robert Kubica retired on Friday after his Ford skidded off the road, while Hyundai drivers Thierry Neuville of Belgium and Dani Sordo of Spain retired on Thursday. Kubica crashed heavily while racing in Italy on February 6, 2011, suffering massive injuries to the right side of his body, almost severing his forearm, and with fractures to his leg and shoulder. The Polish driver is starting his first full season in the World Rally Championship.
right sharp. And 6 left plus, keep left over 40.
Welcome back. You're still watching Sprint, and moving on now to Australian Open and the first Grand Slam of the season. Definitely, it has been a surprising opening of the season with a lot of giants missing out and actually disqualified from passing towards the quarterfinal. What we're seeing now, Novak Djokovic, the seeded number 2, is actually missed the opportunity to move to the semi-final despite having a great start and a great preparation for the season with his new coach, the German veteran and the former #1 Boris Becker. Definitely the lack of match practice led actually Andy Murray to lose to Roger Federer. Andy Murray said that a frustrated Andy Murray blamed his lack of match practice following back surgery for his quarterfinal defeat against Roger Federer at the Australian Open, and that was today. The Wimbledon champion had beaten Federer at Melbourne Park 12 months ago in the semi-finals, but failed to repeat defeat at this year's tournament despite saving 2 match points to force a 4th set. Murray went down 6-3, 6-4, 6-7, 6-3. After going under the knife 4 months ago and playing only 2 competitive matches before arriving in Melbourne, Murray came up short against Federer, who played outstanding tennis in the opening 2 seeds. Federer has actually, in very recent days, has stated that he's going to be back and he aims to have another Grand Slam. He's focused definitely on this competition. Australian Open is a big thing, and it will definitely add to his record. In the meanwhile, he's going to be facing Rafael Nadal, which is going to be a great match in the semi-finals. A battle-scared Rafael Nadal admitted that he got lucky as he moved into the semi-finals of the Australian Open on Wednesday with a 3-6, 7-6, 7-6, 6-2 win over Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov. Dimitrov had 3 set points in the third that would have given him a 2-1 lead, but wall #1 Nadal hit back to take the tiebreaker 9-7 before easing through the 4th to book his place in the last 4. Now on the other side, a resurgent Roger Federer weathered a belated challenge from Andy Murray, who won last season's Grand Slam title in the US Open and also the Olympics. At the Australian Open on Wednesday, he lost to Roger Federer 6-3, 6-4, 6-7 and 6-3 and set up a mouth-watering semi-final with the great rival Rafa Nadal. And usually this is a Classico between Roger Federer, the former #1, the Swiss player, against Rafa Nadal, the current #1. Staying on serve and dominant at the net, the 17 times Grand Slam champion wobbled when serving out for the match at 5-4 in the third set and was dragged into a tiebreak in an atmosphere of unrelenting tension at the Rod Laver Arena. Battling fatigue, Murray saved 2 match points to keep his bid for a 3rd Grand Slam title alive, but met even stiffer resistance from the imperious Swiss, who attacked his serve with abandon in the final set.
Sports News.
That was, we're seeing Andy Murray now and his loss and failure to qualify to the semi-finals. Also, the three-time defending champion Novak Djokovic has been upset in a dramatic five-setter against Stan Wawrinka in the Australian Open quarterfinals, ending his 25th match winning streak at Melbourne Park. Definitely, he was looking forward to a record there. Wawrinka had lost 14 straight head-to-heads to Djokovic before Tuesday night. 2-6-6, 4-6, 2-3-6. 9-7 win on Rod Laver Arena. Djokovic held off Wawrinka 12-10 in the fifth set in a 5-hour, 2-minute fourth rounder here last year, the longest Grand Slam match of the season, and also edged him in 5 sets in the US Open semifinals in September. This time it was Wawrinka's turn, and he is into the semifinals at a major for just the second time. Wawrinka is not usually visiting this square. We expect Andy Murray and also Novak Djokovic to be within this square, but definitely another surprise. Berdych is back. He survives Ferrer to scrap to reach the last four in this Grand Slam. Big serving Czech Tomáš Berdych fended off a belated challenge from baseline hustler David Ferrer to reach his maiden Australian Open semi-final on Tuesday with a gritty 6-1, 6-4, 2-6, 6-4 victory.